Hey guys, we're into Wednesday of the Passion Week, of the week that began with Palm Sunday, of the week of Holy Week they call it, because it's a week that is set aside. I've got to tell you, as I look at this historically, so much can happen in a week. And my prayer is that this week, as you have been journeying with me through this beautiful passage and these beautiful Gospels and these amazing stories of the life of Jesus and the last week of his life, that you too may experience some kind of life change stuff. We're into Wednesday today of the story, and I found a little nook here to try and get out of the wind. I apologize to you who have maybe been a little battling with hearing me, but I'm doing the best I can. But I hope that you can hear me today. It's Wednesday of Passion Week. It's the Wednesday. Now, we've seen so far, the beauty of what took place on Palm Sunday when Jesus came into Jerusalem and they declared him to be the king. However, Monday was filled with the beginning of conflict. In fact, from Monday onwards, when Jesus turned over the temple tables and drove all the money changers out of that, it was kind of like he had passed the point of no return. War had been declared, not upon the Romans, but upon the religious system of the day. Now, when you get to Mark chapter 20 and verse 20 and chapter 21, you see Jesus in fighting mode, man. He's going round for round, blow for blow with the Pharisees. They are realizing that he's a terrible threat to them. He's a threat to their exorbitant way of living. Now they didn't have the money from the temple taxes and the traders outside, because I'm sure corruption was rife. Now they had to live more according to their means, and they were angry with that. It was affecting their pocket. It was affecting their popularity. So these guys joined together to declare war on Jesus. They came with a strategy. They came to try and catch him out. That they spoke to him, first of all, about whose authority are you doing this in, they said to Jesus. The next thing, they came and they spoke about taxes to Caesar. And then they really were dragging the bottom of the barrel, and they said, Jesus, talk to us about in the resurrection, whose wife is who going to have? It was the craziest situation. And Jesus, as only Jesus could do, answered pretty much all of them with a question, leaving them dumbfounded for an answer. But here's what I really want to talk to you about today. Folks, we talk about religion. Religion in its purest sense is a beautiful thing. It's a strengthening of the joints. But when any good thing becomes corrupted, then it just becomes a miserable experience for everybody. Now, the religious system of this particular day was an intriguing one, because it was all about your performance. Religion was about what you can't do. Think of all the Pharisees with the thou shalt not, or thou canst not do, all those things. And so it's not about what you can do. For them, it was about what you can't do, because God is going to get mad with you, and he's going to judge you, and he's going to do all those things to you. And for them, their religious experience was about the law. And don't break the law, for goodness sake, because you will suffer the judgment of God. Jesus came and he said, just come as you are. Just come as you are. Don't worry about trying to fix yourself before you come to Jesus. So many people think this. It's crazy. They think, well, when I become a better person, when I've mastered this bad habit, or when I've got over this addiction, then I'll come to Jesus. And Jesus says, don't do that. Don't do that. With me, it's not about what you can't do. It's about just come as you are. Come as you are. With all your mess ups, all your failures, all your addictions, just come to me and I will give you rest. Jesus' religion was a come as you are one. The religious people in those days were the ones who put up the barriers, like the guys at the temple gates selling offerings. They were barriering people from coming to faith and coming to experience Jesus. Jesus comes today, people, to pull down the barriers. He takes down the barriers of life. Just look at the temple. When Jesus was crucified, later on, at the end of the week, you'll see this. And the priest came into the temple, and the curtain was torn down. The barrier between the sinners and the perfection of God and the holiness of God had been taken down. Jesus came to take down the barriers that the Pharisees had built. Religion is a system of where you work your way toward God. And Jesus said, don't worry about that. He says, I am the way. You don't have to work your way toward God because I am the way. Just follow me. Religion is all about you must do, and Jesus' religion is all about I have done. I've done it for you. You don't have to suffer all the anxiety of trying to make things work, of trying to become a better person. Come as you are. I've done it for you. That thief on the cross that we spoke about on Sunday, for me that is one of the most moving stories, that the thief in the cross got to heaven simply because the man on the middle cross invited him to come. Not because he became a better person or he understood all the great doctrines of Scripture. He got to heaven simply because the man on the middle cross said that he could come. You're saying, man, is it that? Could it be that simple? Oh, people, it is that simple. Don't try and work your way to God. He is the way. Don't try and achieve your own religion. You'll never do that because Jesus has achieved it for you. That's what Easter's all about. I hope you really find this truth this coming week as we move into the actual crucifixion. We hear about the wonder of it is finished. Jesus has done it. Tetelestai, your debt is paid. People, I better stop now because I feel a sermon coming on. But we'll see you on the weekend. Have a good time. Bye-bye.